Clarity. How hard is it to get clarity? Sometimes it's not hard at all. There's experience you've had, knowledge you have, ability to make a decision on the fly. My accountant always says, I know how to make a decision for my business because I understand the numbers. Funny thing is, I don't really ever feel like I'm a math person or a financial whiz, but yeah, I know how to understand the bottom line and I can make decisions typically pretty quickly when it comes to that. But sometimes there's bigger life decisions you need to make about your business, about your life, about other matters, and they don't come so quickly. Sometimes these decisions come out of an unexpected shift in your life. Sometimes they come out of just a journey you're on and you have a thought you want to act on. But typically, we have to make decisions on things that are not every component of it within our control. So I have been noticing lately that by taking action, one action leads to another and helps move along that path, which I like to call a milestone path. A good friend of mine, Eric Pearlstein, likes to call it inch stones. And of course, you need inch stones to get to the milestones. And so I've noticed as simply as yoga is action, but yoga helps me still my mind. And at the end of a yoga practice, if you lay still for a while, and I like to put blankets on and maybe put my socks back on and put a pillow under my head and feel really cozy, I let all the what we call work in the yoga practice settle into my bones, into my cells, into my heart, and kind of observe what I'm thinking and um, just let it rest sometimes. Let those thoughts continue to fly away or settle in and then get on your way. Other actions I took, as I've mentioned here before, in the beginning of July, I went back to Sandler sales training. Now, I'm not selling Sandler sales training. For me, it's a great tool, but I say it because by going back to that group and being around like-minded colleagues who are there because they want to grow their business, because they want to offer more people who are the right fit, their wares, their services, there's a lot of positive energy in that group. Then I reconnected with Kevin Murphy and joined the Morris County Chamber of Commerce. And now I've been to those three of those events. And by having to speak about what I'm doing and what I'm looking for, I'm gaining clarity in what that next vision that I have for myself and in the way that my business is naturally growing. How does that have to take shape? Who do I have to delegate more to? Where am I inserting myself in the business that I should not be? And that came evident this week when I attended a meeting and I came into that meeting all kind of flustered and frustrated about something else. And I asked a whole bunch of questions that didn't need to be asked in that meeting. And then I apologized later because I really felt like I hijacked that meeting and it wasn't useful. Okay, it didn't really, hurt a whole bunch of things for 1/2 hour meeting, but it wasn't necessary. So I wasn't being still enough before I became present in the public. But clarity can also be a bigger decision. What are you doing with a home? What are you doing with where you're living? What are you doing with your finances? How do you want to spend the next period of time? How do you want to spend today? Sometimes is enough clarity that we need. And for me, I always have a list way too long of what I'm going to do in a day. Even to this point, I was going to do yoga and go for a swim before I go get a hair blowout, before I go to a wedding. Well, the swim isn't going to happen. That's okay. I had a great yoga session. It's more important that I go to this wedding calm because it's the first wedding I've gone to without my husband. And I am going to be surrounded by friends who love me and I love, and it's going to be a fun time. But I realize as I sat in Shavasana and some tears rolled out of my eyes, that, yep, I'm a bit emotional about it. But I'm going to prepare, I'm going to take action and get it done. So for me, clarity comes from stillness, sleep, Shavasana and yoga, a breath in between a question and an answer. It comes from action, doing something, can be a small action, And then time, those series of stillness moments and actions and thoughts and preparation and letting it kind of sift through helps me get to clarity. So, what helps you get to clarity? I hope this message was clear because clarity means clear, and clearness, I'm told, is kind. Clearness is kind, and it is kind to yourself and it is kind to those around you. So, until next time, it's Saturday. I hope you're going to have some relaxation today. I hope your job affords that to you. And if not, I hope you're grateful for the job that is bringing you the ability to have other joy and success in your life. Stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you here soon.